Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making a coconut shrimp curry. I'm also adding clams to it because they called out to me in the store. Why not? You can do this with a wok. You can also do this with a frying pan. It doesn't really matter. I'm not using the wok today because I have a toss wok and I don't feel like tossing. Well, the most immature among us were giggling at that last line. I replaced that onion with its stunt double because the inside looked manky. Now we're going to go ahead and dice it. And we can either wedge it or cut it into large dices, so I'm dicing it because it's easier. After that, we've got a red bell pepper, which we're going to cut into slices. The recipe in the description will call for half of a bell pepper, but I'm using the whole one because I am a rebel. You're also going to want 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. We're going to need 2 cloves of garlic. Now the instructions here say mince, but I like to just do it this way. For this particular application, it's not really, you don't need to be careful, I guess is what I'm saying. Peel your ginger with a spoon. If it looks kind of manky, you want the fresh side, not the brown side. And personally, I buy more ginger than I need just in case, I get bad luck. It didn't call for this much ginger, but I like ginger. Okay, neutral oil like vegetable. These are still a tiny bit frozen, that's fine. These are 2130s, that's just how many there are in the average pound. Peeled and deveined, but not cooked. So you want to cook these until they're orange on both sides, like cooked shrimp. And like I said, you can stir fry these in a wok, but I've got the kind of wok you got to toss through the air, and I'm not doing that right now. I'm very tired. This could be as quick as 30 seconds aside, but I've noticed with this oven, half of my pan doesn't heat up at the same speed as the other half, which is really annoying because cast iron is not uneven in heating. So that just means my oven sucks. And like I said, the clams called to me, so I'm throwing them in. And as a reminder, canned clams do come cooked, so you don't really need to throw them on there. You can wait till the end, but I just like adding them together. Let them get to know each other. Evacuate everybody into a bowl, re-oil. Go ahead and add the garlic and the ginger. And we're just letting this get fragrant. Then you want a 4-ounce can of red curry paste. Raise the heat to medium-high. You may start to cough at this point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We may have cut around it. Stir in your brown sugar. Now add your onion. Now add your pepper. If you're using a wok, this might be fast. That might be faster. This is going to need a little bit of time just so that everybody starts cooking. Coming over here, I'm just going to do a quick rough chop on a little cilantro. That's for presentation later. You don't need to do this. I'm doing it for the gram. Once these look partially cooked, we're adding a can of coconut milk, full fat. Now, here's the gig with the coconut milk. You don't want to boil it too vigorously because it'll split. But we do want to let it simmer for at least 2 minutes so it can thicken into a sauce. Also keep an eye on your rice, make sure your rice doesn't burn. And I am going to bump the heat down because cast iron cooking means that the cast iron skillet retains a lot of heat, so the boiling will be a little bit more vigorous. You can just kind of eyeball that. Okay, I'm going to add my seafood back in. And now I'm just going to stir it about to coat. We'd like to give this another minute for everyone to mingle. This may end up being too spicy for me. I've never had this brand of curry paste before. Very tasty, very flavorful. Like, subscribe, ding the little bell, leave a comment down below, let me know how I'm doing, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.